Hi everybody and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be doing a Marvel Future Revolution video. I know I haven't done one of these in a while. I think the last one I did was around when Alliance War launched and kind of that Alliance Mega War, and that was quite good fun and things like that. So we're going to be looking at Marvel Future Revolution today. We're going to do a video on why you should hoard. But before we get started, I do apologise for that. In my videos recently, I'm kind of always moving around and I might be quite wobbly today, and that is because I am on my exercise ball. For those of you that have not been following along with the channel, I am over 8 months pregnant now, so not long until baby Remy will hopefully make an appearance. So just trying to kind of keep comfortable and things. And then you might also find that I'll be getting a little bit out of breath as we talk through the video, and that's what being 8 months pregnant does to you. But I will try my best to get through this video without sounding like I have run a marathon. So let's get started with the video. I am still playing Marvel Future Revolution. I know it's not as popular as it was. It's coming up to its year anniversary soon. I know there's not as many people playing it as potentially there was initially, or there was at the start. You might have stopped playing. I'm still pootling along, and I like with the game that if you do want to be competitive and the best and whatever, then yes, you do need to put a lot of time and effort into it. But actually, if you just want to kind of dabble in it every now and then, I do try and get on once a day, but it's not always possible. You don't necessarily kind of miss absolutely everything. So why should you hoard in Marvel Future Revolution? Well, I actually think in kind of any mobile game, if you are a free-to-play player or a light spender, then kind of hoarding your resources and kind of waiting it out and playing the long game is always slightly more beneficial. I haven't spent any money in Future Revolution at all. Not because I necessarily wanted to, on purpose or not do it, but I just haven't really found the need, and I'm not as massively invested in the game to kind of for spending to benefit my account. So first of all, a couple of things that we've already had change which hoarding would have benefited. We did have the specialization rework initially, so light rework, so they did change it so that now the more you enhance it, the higher the percentage goes up. So it did pay to kind of hoard some of your specialization, but now it definitely pays to hoard your specialization and then do it in bulk, so you get those higher percentages coming through. And I tend to do mine once a week or once every 2 weeks, and I tend to feel that that works quite well. We now have the core rework coming through. So again, let's get to my cores. I went through a phase of obviously like upgrading all my cores and stuff like that, but I tend to stop around 4-star just because you always get dupes. I then went through a phase of dismantling 1 and 2 stars because I ran out of conversion. But now with the rework coming, yes, there's going to be a new currency, so I'm probably not going to be able to do it straight away, but having all these 4-star cores, and I've pretty much got 4-star cores equipped on all my characters apart from Doctor Strange and a couple of others. This is actually going to really benefit me because I'll have a higher chance of getting them higher, and maybe I might get a 6-star core eventually. So that's something that I'm kind of looking forward to. And again, it's worth, now we know about the rework, it is worth starting to save up your cores there, just because it actually is going to hopefully make it better, because the RNG at the moment is so awful and the wasted convergium is so awful. Also having a look at kind of like storage and stuff. I'm just going to put all of these over. It is worth storing and stocking up on like your tickets and things like that. So as you can see, I've got quite a lot of these, but they actually brought them back round with some of the events, so rather than dismantling them, do keep hold of them. You can see all my specialization there, and then also like your tickets and things like this. So I, as a rule of thumb, I try not to go below 10 training ground tickets. That's kind of what I tend to do, just in case they put an event on, things like that. Obviously you want to be doing your 3 hours every week, and maybe a little bit more to get your Pegasus base ticket, so you can kind of do the mission, so you don't have to do them manually. But it is always worth holding on to a few, just in case they put an event on, or there's like a login event where you have to do like 3 hours or something like that, or 3 extra hours. So it's definitely worth holding on to a few of those. And then the same for kind of all these tickets. Things like the dimension box tickets, I tend to wait until I have 10 anyway to open them, just because it makes life a bit easier. But things like your cards and your costume tickets, it's always worth stocking them up, opening them in multiples of 10, and waiting for an event or something special to be on, or a particular costume increase that you're interested in. So, you know, if you're trying to get a particular set for a particular character, it's worth, you know, holding on to them and waiting for that increase to be, so then you can get, you know, you can have a look and get what you want, and you have a higher chance. It's not guaranteed or anything like that, but it is a higher chance. The same for like companion draw tickets. I did save mine, actually. I think it was, I want to say Cersei was increased drop rate, or somebody was increased drop rate, and again, you can play it to your advantage. And the other thing about, obviously, when you save up those tickets, is you do then get your mega point tokens and the special tokens. So again, it's worth holding on to those, and buying the costumes, the regional costume boxes with them, and then you can pick like which ones you want and stuff. So I usually hoard up and buy the better things there, rather than being like, oh, I have 100, let's just buy those. It is worth getting kind of the 5-star costumes or the 4-star costumes there for you. So that's another good thing to make sure you hoard and hold on to as well. And then another thing that's kind of really good to hold on to, especially now we've got increased storage from the Pegasus base, is your badges. And the really great thing about holding on to these is if you keep your 115 Blitz badges, at the moment that's the highest one you can get from Blitz. Obviously you can get the 120 badges, I'm not sure if I have any of those. But then what you can do is you can kind of save them up and stock them up, and then when a new character comes out, like Scarlet Witch, you can shove her in Pegasus base, shove her in that, get her up to level 115 ASAP, and then you've already got these 6-star badges ready to go. I haven't got as many spares. Obviously I don't play the game as often, but if you were doing your 5 blitzes every day, you'd probably have a lot more saved up. So it's a really great way to get that head start, you know, equipping them straight. I don't bother equipping any badges or any calls to any badges until like any of these, until I get them to level 115, and then I just whack these on. So, you know, do keep hold of these. I have kept some 5 stars for my other characters, and then 4 stars I do tend to put in for the to get your thingamabobbies over here, which I can't remember what it's called, because I have Baby Brave, the core synthesizer, and then I get my cores there for you. Another thing that will help with hoarding as well, and this is definitely something that has definitely caught me out before, and I'm probably going to catch me out again, is when you get events and things like this where you got to combine a mega card 20 times. Well, actually, if I'd had a few more kind of saved up and a few more in storage, I probably would be able to do this. But because I haven't, I can't. So again, you never know what crazy thing they're going to do. They've had us do, I think, try and get a 5-star costume before, or at least a 4-star costume, a 4-star core. So having a few things in storage is definitely going to help with completing these missions here. So it's definitely worth saving those. Something else I try and do, which I think kind of really helps, is I do try and save up my gold. So I do normally wait until I get to about 10 million gold, which if you do all your dailies every day, it won't actually take you that long. And then once I get to the 10,000 gold, I'll either do some transmuting, or I'll invest in a character and in some skills or a few things like that, or, you know, I'll have a go through some enhanced potential, things like that will need to be done. But again, if a new character drops, or an event drops, or there's something in the store that comes in, and you need to buy it, you know, you've got that money saved up. And the same goes for Convergium. I got to a point where I kind of, because I wasn't doing all the cores, I did manage to stock up on quite a lot of Convergium. Now I have Convergium all over the place. So again, you can see some there. Don't look at this. This was my, oh, you can't see it because I'm in the way. That's good. My baby brain purchase, where I accidentally purchased the max amount of health packs, and I got over 10, well, I got 10,000 health packs. So don't do that, because that will waste all your gold. But I wasn't really paying attention, and I pressed max buy. I was like, yeah, it won't be that many, and then obviously it was. So yeah, so it's worth, you know, just saving some resources. Obviously you want to make sure that you are growing your account and everything, but it is also worth, you know, holding on to a few things here and there, for when we get a new character. We know we're roughly getting a new character every 5 to 6 months with the game, so you can plan it. They give us lots of warning. Like I saved up nearly 200 Pegasus based tickets so that I could send Scarlet Witch off straight away, and things like that. So it definitely helps to save up there with all of those. So that, I think, is pretty much everything for this video in terms of saving and things like that, and what you should hoard and what you shouldn't hoard. And I'm just going to open some of my stuff here. But do let me know if you have any other thoughts and comments, or if I've missed anything, or if there's anything in particular that you do in terms of your play style. I'm always kind of keen for learning and seeing what other people do and things like that, maybe how you manage your storage and your inboxes. And you know, don't forget, you know, you can keep getting your storage up here. I've run out of XP for my companions because I don't really like doing most wanted that often. So let me know, you know, what you do and how you kind of manage everything, and your card storage and all your other storages, your badges, how you play. Are you kind of excited for this core rework? What do we think about the new currency? Just anything like that. Do let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see any other Future Revolution videos or anything like that, do let me know. I don't play the game massively competitively, but my editor, he does, so he's helped me along with this video and things like this. So he can help me, or he will help me. He will help me with any future content and things like that. If you just want to see some gameplay, you want to see an overview of my account, just let me know in the comments down below. But thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you in another YouTube video very soon.